This week we're making some Greek food. Hi, I'm Eric Diego, and welcome to Flambe Live. Well, it's our 5th week here, actually, and this week we're actually doing something we've never done before, which is make Greek food and use an ingredient we never used before, which is lamb. At least I'm pretty sure that's the case. As always, I have my co-host with me, Josie. Let me unmute her. Oh, there we go. I think I got you at the very last second there. Anyway, like I said, this week we are doing something, I'm pretty sure, right, Josie? I know we talked about we've never done Greek food before on the channel. And I also know that we talked about, I don't know, we didn't talk about lamb, have we? So we have not used lamb, I believe, on this entire channel. It's one of those hard things to remember, though, I feel like. Did I lose you?
No, I'm looking up...
Oh, you're looking up recipes. I honestly don't think we have. Yeah. It's one of those things I feel like I would remember buying over the course of the show, but I think...
I don't want to look up ideas.
Well, I'll say this. I know for a fact the last time we filmed Race at Flambé challenges in 2017, at that time, I probably... Actually, I'm going to say I guarantee I probably never had Greek food at all. It wasn't until I went to a little restaurant in the Bay Area called Opa and had the Gyro meat platter there that I fell in love with it. So much that my fiance probably hates me for how much I love that dang meat platter. So today on the show, I'm going to make a fusion recipe. I mean, I put air quotes around that. I don't know why I put air quotes around that. But we're making a fusion recipe of a Gyro burger and fries. And I should probably mute my phone so that I'm not getting 15 million messages while we're going on, huh? Mute. There we go. I think I would know this after 5 weeks, right? Mute phone, mute phone, mute phone, right?
Probably.
I mean, it does happen. But basically, I just wanted to... Well, I guess we should say this is... I don't know if I've said it. This is the final week for live streams. As places are starting to open up more and people are slowly venturing back out to their favorite restaurants, stuff like that, we decided to make this the final week for right now. We're not going away forever. We'll actually be back, and right now, the plan is to be back sooner than you might think. Like sometime this summer with more live streams. Because I think I actually enjoy the live streams a little bit more than the... I mean, I like doing the film segments, but the live streams I feel like are a better way to connect with the audience itself. We get some more interaction with people. We have a good old time here. I mean, I'm going to make a cocktail here in a few moments, as I usually do. And matter of fact, this weekend is my birthday, so it's another reason to celebrate this weekend, right? Anyway, let's get putting my cocktail. This week, like a couple weeks ago, I'm making gin and tonic because, well, the one drink I would have wanted to make was called the Greek Peach, which is actually at Opa. It's a it is a peach-infused vodka, some Saint Germain, some club soda, and mint. But I did not have time to go out to the store to buy any of that. So I'm just using what I had in hand, which is still some Uncle Val's gin and some Fever Tree tonic water. So let's make my drink really quickly. And then we'll get on with the first part of our show, which is going to be preparing our fries and getting those cooking. So let me do this. Go get my glass out of the freezer. And this week, Josie, just to confirm for the audience, you're making nothing, right? You're cooking right now? Okay, now I do think I lost Josie, actually. I did lose Josie. That's interesting. I don't know if she actually realized that she's gone yet or not.
All right.
Oh, you're back.
Nope, I'm back. Yeah.
I was going to say, I was like, I guess talking to myself, I was just saying, this week you're not making anything, right? You said you are spending the week...
So, no, when you were talking about...
the Greek Peach?
when you were talking about making Greek food for the first time, this is not the first Greek item we've had on our...
On our list? Or...
Yeah.
What was the first one then?
It's called moussaka. It's like, almost like lasagna, but it has...
Oh, this was... So this was something on... This was the 2017 list, correct? Or the 2016 list? Because I remember we had a list going for...
Yeah.
For a while. Okay, so...
Well, I said it was made March 1st, 2006. So, yeah. No, but it includes sliced eggplant baked in a ground sauce and smothered in a thin white sauce.
So there was something, but we never got around to doing it that year. Because that was the
Yeah.
short season we had going on.
Exactly.
I got to spit, I did get a seed into my drink. Oh well. It's fine. It's not gonna kill me, right? One little seed. What else we got going on?
Right. And,
It's not an apple
choke
seed.
on
I'm not gonna choke on it. Hopefully. That'd be a very bad way to die, right? Live stream. Just choking on a seed, people watching. I feel like I always somehow put the right amount of liquid in this cup because I never seem to overflow it accidentally, which is a good sign. But once again, I think all the ice, since I put ice in it and put it back in the freezer before streaming it, is all sitting at the bottom. So I need to break it up. Oh no, it is a little bit.
People just put the cup in the freezer without the ice.
I know, but I literally did this 5 minutes before we went live. Maybe 10, the most. Because I was running behind today, for once. I was actually running behind, which is weird. You'd think doing this for 5 weeks I'd have everything timed out perfectly, but this week was like a rush to get everything done thing going on here, so. Ooh, that is good. And, well, refreshing. Okay, so like I said, today we're going to be making our Gyro burgers and fries. Our fries are going to be topped with a little bit of feta cheese, as well as our burger's going to have tzatziki sauce on it. It's going to be a mixture of beef and lamb. We're going to add red onions, tomatoes, and more feta on that as well. For this, I also have, I don't even know. I feel like, so I ordered the stuff I needed. These don't say exactly what they are. I ordered brioche buns. They didn't have brioche buns, I guess. These look more like potato bread buns, so unfortunately I have those. I think brioche would have been a little bit better, a little bit more sweeter and sturdier a little bit. I feel like the outside or the structure of brioche is a little bit, I mean, it's soft, but I feel like it has some rigidity to it where it can hold its shape a little bit, where potatoes kind of get, I guess the right would be more mushy. It's more, you crush it a little bit and it stays crushed. It doesn't spring back as much. So I'm gonna use those today. Like I said, we're gonna start off by doing potatoes. I'm using, for my recipe, also just for make it more photogenic, 2 potatoes. If I was making this by myself, I'd probably, and watching my portion size, I'd probably end up using 1 potato just for the fries, but like I said, make the last final photo for this look really good. So I'm gonna wash these right now. Get all that dirt off of it. So when we come back, Josie, from our little hiatus, technically, we will be,
I'll be able to leave my house.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. We shouldn't be in quarantine anymore, meaning you should be able to come over and, you know, partially cook something or cook something, and I could be the one on the sidelines for once, doing commentary or watching the chat that goes by, or anything else. I'm hearing a ringing in my ear. Are you still there, Josie?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. I'm making sure.
hear me?
I heard you. I
Okay.
I don't know if it was my ears just ringing or if it was Discord being weird, because I've noticed the last week or so since we've been using Discord, including last week, we had some issues with it where it's just dropping out left and right. I'm hoping that's not the case that's going on right now. So, because while it's all right that it happens, it's just I don't see when you're not around or not here. I don't have. I have 2 monitors. I really should probably have a 3rd monitor when we start doing this again. So I have chat and stream on one, or chat audio on one, live stream stuff on the second one, and then our audio. Well, I guess we won't be like that anymore. So I guess I don't need that extra monitor, right? If you're in studio.
Yeah.
I also was like thinking back on when we were doing all the other shows, like how many different places we filmed, technically. I would call your kitchen 1,
Yeah.
obviously, because it was the first kitchen we used. I'd probably call, even though I know this isn't technically the second location, this is kitchen 2 sort of.
What was the second location then? My backyard?
Your backyard, and then the place where I was staying at the time is backyard, and then inside the kitchen there for one episode. Might have been reversed.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then here. So I guess this is really, if you really want to be technical, not kitchen 2 sort of. It's really like kitchen 5, you'd say.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so I'm gonna cut my potatoes up. I like doing wedges for my potatoes, so I kind of just.
Because they're easier to cut, huh?
Well, yeah. I cut it in half, but then I end up usually cutting it in half again, so it's quartering it lengthwise, not. I feel like me saying this, it reminds me a little bit of, was it Back to Back Chef on Bon Appetit?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if there was no live stream going and I was trying to direct you how to do this, you would be like, it'd be like, was it Markiplier when he was on it? He cut the potatoes completely the wrong way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it would be exactly that.
So.
I think it would be exactly that, but like, when I say cut potatoes, don't you think like, oh, there's like one way to cut a potato? I mean,
well,
if you're making...
Are you trying to make chips or fries?
I'm making wedges.
Yeah.
So, they are fries.
So you want them long.
Yeah, you want them long. But they were doing like... What were they doing?
They were doing...
It was like some sort of chip thing, wasn't it?
Frites?
Yeah, but those, I guess that's fries, huh? More fries than chips.
Yeah, they're basically...
Basically trying to think of it, or...
No, I'm trying to... They were like... They're fries, but like, you cut them super thin. No, I guess they were chips, and then you cut them, but you cut them long ways. And they're like super thin, and then they puff up.
That's right. That's right, that's right, that's right.
Because it was, what do they call it?
What do they call what?
Fried...
Well, they're like, they were puffed potatoes, like you said.
I don't remember. I guess I could Google.
On the thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably could do that. It'd probably be easier. The way I'm gonna cook...
No, that wasn't him. That was somebody else.
Oh, it wasn't? I thought it was him. Who was it then? Was that Ninja?
He did. It might have been Ninja.
I can't remember.
No, Markiplier did. It looks like eggs in purgatory. Looks like eggs in a tomato sauce.
Sounds familiar.
Just type in.
I don't know. It just
Yeah.
it works at some point. So I know I've talked about this on one of the previous episodes, but today on this for these fries, we're going to be doing my kind of new favorite method, which is to cook them in the oven, which means I probably should have started the oven before starting cutting all this. So about that bake or preheat. I'm gonna preheat mine to 425 degrees, and these are gonna cook about 18 minutes. But since we have to let this go and we have to still cover the oil, the fries and all the potatoes because they aren't fries yet, and some olive oil and salt, it'll give us some time to let that preheat. Plus, as it's preheating, even if they don't go in right away, we can start tzatziki sauce because I want that to get cold and let some of the ingredients fuse together in it before we continue on. But right now, I am putting my potatoes in some water to remove some of the excess starch that's on it. Probably need a little bit more water than I have in there, but we'll get some water on here. Yeah. So if, and I mean, guess not if, when we start doing these again, what kind of recipes would you want to do on a live stream?
I don't. What have I been making?
I don't know. It's like I feel like part of the issue I feel like with this is like I tried to keep the series more of a dinner entrees instead of. I mean, originally I was thinking doing an appetizer trio this week, and then I realized that would probably have been like a 3-hour live stream, which is ridiculously long. which is something I did not want to do. So instead, I decided to do this because, well, I don't know why I decided to do this. I was just, I guess, sitting around thinking of, well, honestly, Greek food and that Euro meat platter that's at Opa, and I'm like, let's try making that. And then I was like, okay, let's try doing Euro meat itself. And then I realized how long that was going to take to make, because it's like, the way you can make it at home without a rotisserie is kind of to use a, almost like a meatloaf would come out to be, and then when it comes out of the oven, so, you know, a meatloaf takes about an hour to do. You gotta, like, compress it, and then you could, like, shave off slices of it and then serve it on something. I'm like, a little bit too long for a live stream, because how do you fill an hour of something baking? I mean, we'd probably end up finding a way, right, Josie?
Magic.
Magic? Oh, do magic tricks?
Yeah.
I guess I should have had I've been working back on that card trick that I was doing for a while. The one where it is, pick a card, you know, the standard magic tricks, I guess. And then the chosen card gets turned to red from a blue deck.
Oh, yeah.
I found my deck of cards and I was working on that the other day. Just playing around with them. Actually trying to remember how to do it, because it's been so long since I've done it. That I actually had to do it again like that. Okay, so I'm gonna dry off my bowl. I cut these in and put them back in the bowl.
Alright.
What is so funny?
My sim has officially moved into her with $0.
$0. Are you doing a rags to riches now?
Yeah. Kaylee helped me out. She gave me a name,
Ah.
and gender, and I just randomized everything else. Well, no, the traits I picked. They randomized basically all of them.
Okay. Pour a little bit of olive oil now over these potato wedges. And then we're going to toss them here in just a few moments. Let's go up to, back to this one. There we go. I'm going to try tossing without losing them all over the freaking place. Or splashing with oil. That's probably a bad idea then, because I will splash myself with oil. We want to get every side of this coated. And then once it's coated, I'm going to put these on the sheet tray, and then I'm going to season them with some salt. And a little bit of pepper, actually, too. Why not? I remember you, Josie, with all your pepper on French fries.
Oh, yeah.
Back when it was at 06 or so, we'd go out, get some food, and you'd be like, Pepper City?
Peppers on French fries is the best.
Oh, I agree. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying you use it all the time as, like, as an option.
Well, to be fair,
or not even an option, it's the seasoning.
like, most, like, French fries, like, are barely
seasoned.
Like, they're...
I'm losing you. I'm losing you out, yeah.
Oh, sorry, most French fries are, like, barely seasoned.
Uh-huh.
So, like, you gotta add some.
I mean, you aren't one of those people, right, who go to this, like, a place and be like, I want French fries, unsalted.
Oh, no.
Are you? I know people do that who, like, either A, want to not have salt on their fries, or B, do it just so they get the freshest fries possible, because that means they have to come out and get removed from the rest of the French fries before they are seasoned, because that's the only way you get them unseasoned.
Yeah. But, like, also, the way that, like, the fast food workers have to do that, they hate it, because, like, they can't let it touch the, they basically have to take them out of the basket and, like, right into the...
Basically, like, get them from with some tongs. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because as soon as they go into the, like, container with all the other fries, they've already touched the salt.
Yeah, because there's a bunch of salt on that.
The reason you're asking for it is because you have, like, an actual thing.
They don't want that to be an issue. You need to have lower sodium in your diet, heart issues or something. Okay, so I just seasoned my fries with some salt and pepper, and now since the oven is not at the temperature yet, I'm gonna set this aside. We're gonna make the tzatziki sauce because I feel like I said at the top of the show, I want that to be cold. That'd be good. Those are called steak fries. Yes, they are called steak fries.
Oh. You know what other thing we should do once we can like be in the same? Remember that cooking competition we tried doing?
Like
with the coconut.
Oh yes. So this wasn't actually filmed or anything, but I really do want to give context to this because this was really fun. So correct me if I'm wrong. Back in this was like 2006 or 7.
Yeah.
Before RSF was actually
it was later than that.
8, maybe 8.
It was like 8. Yeah.
We were I was living at the first apartment I lived in. We moved from that in like 08 or 09.
Yeah, but like. Do we have that picture?
I have it someplace. I could look it up probably, but it would be digging through Google history, and without a month and a year, it's really kind of hard to dig through that. But basically, what it was is, was it that we both got the same ingredients how to make something, or was it that
I think
I told you what to buy and you told me what to buy, kind of thing?
No, I think it was Deidre gave us a couple
of items,
ingredients that we had to use.
And mine was a coconut.
And we both kind of took it. Coconut, I think something else.
I honestly cannot remember, but yeah, so that's when I think I learned for the first time that trying to open a coconut is a pain in the butt. I think we
were throwing it off of a second floor balcony and
onto concrete, and it was still just bouncing around. I don't even remember how we ended up getting it open. But I remember taking the coconut water out of it, and then from the coconut water, we ended up making I can't remember what we ended up making now. Did I just incorporate into it?
I made like some sort of breakfast burrito on a bagel. Not a breakfast burrito, a breakfast sandwich.
Because I remember we did another one that didn't involve that, because that's where the... See, this is the sad part. Like, if I had some time, I know on my desktop I have a backup of the folder that has some written recipes we did, because we posted the recipes online. I think we documented it on Twitter, actually, at the time. What was going on. It's just like when we used to do the Wii tournaments, the Wii tourneys. I think it was the same time we were doing that, roughly. Remember those, Josie? Did I lose you? I think I lost Josie. Anyway, at the same time, we roughly used to do Wii tournaments, as we call them, Wii tourneys, and it was a way for us to basically, I think we were like playing Wii games, because that's obviously the years that the Wii was around, and we would play the games, and whoever won it would get a point, and then we just kept track of it. I think we posted it online, and we played things like... What did we play on those Wii tourneys? We played... Jeez, my memory's failing me at this time, but whatever.
All right, I'm back.
You're back. I was trying to also say that's the time we also started doing the Wii tourneys, right? The Wii tournaments. Remember those?
Yeah.
I don't remember what games we played on those, honestly. I was just trying to think, like, back in my head what we did.
I think it was mostly just Wii Sports.
Yeah, Wii Sports. Yeah.
We Mario and Sonic at the Olympics.
Yeah, probably. Those are probably right on that. Anyway, so now, as the oven's still preheating, it's almost actually preheated. I'm going to be starting making the tzatziki sauce for this. I'm using plain Greek yogurt. Right now, I'm probably going to measure out roughly cup and a half, maybe 2 cups at the most, for this recipe. So, let's see. Yeah, because I remember doing something, though. Because remember I made some burger on some other thing? Some other burger recipe? Josie?
Yeah, no, because...
There was like a sweet and spicy burger I made. If I remember correctly.
Yeah.
There we go. I think that's enough Greek yogurt there. Because why else would we... Because that had to be a separate one, though. That's the only thing I can think of. Because I don't know why would you use coconut in that. I feel like I made coconut ice cream or something.
Yeah, I think you did.
Because that's just the only thing that makes sense to me is making coconut ice cream or some sort of I don't know. It's really confusing me now because like I want to remember, but I can't. Okay, so to the Greek yogurt, I'm going to add a couple of cloves of garlic. I'm going to smash those, mince them really fine. We'll add that in there. We're also going to add in some dill weed, some fresh dill. Sorry, not dill weed, just dill, it says on here. And then we're also going to add in an entire cucumber. But I need to wash the cucumber before we do that because we're leaving the skin on it. Yeah, the magnet is. And then once I'm washing this, I'm gonna put the steak fries into the oven. Get those going because they'll take about 12 minutes the first side, then we'll flip them after that 12 minutes and put them in for about 8 more minutes to get them cleaned up. Or not cleaned up, cooked up. Thinking 2 different things at one time. Thinking washing the stinking cucumber and cooking the fries. Hot. Probably a stupid idea to use the oven on a hot day, right, Josie? I think it's one of the things we've talked about in the past too.
Yeah.
I think it's I think in the paella episode, that was the wrong timer. In the paella episode, you talked about that, saying it's so hot inside. Why would anyone want to use the oven? So we're outside making paella.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't remember if that day was hot or not. Like, granted, we did film that
I think we knew the episode was gonna come out
in the summer, and it was like,
yeah,
probably when we filmed it late May, early June. I don't remember when the season premiered. But my guess, we premiered the season on Memorial Day, so we probably filmed it mid-May. That's my guess then.
Yeah. Probably. So it still would have been friggin' hot.
Yeah, I mean, this week has been ridiculously hot here, I feel like. It was 104 at one point in time, I think.
But it was like 110 here.
110 there?
Yeah. Did you not see the picture I took?
Oh, I saw one Jeff sent, I think. Or was that you who sent it? And Jeff sent one right after that.
I sent one first.
Then Jeff sent another one?
Yeah, I think it was like 108 or 109, but that was when my car was parked in the shade.
Uh-huh.
And then Jeff sent his thing 103. And then I replied, lucky.
You know, I'm cutting up this cucumber. Mine goes back to, there's a place called Maggiano's. I think it is, Maggiano's. It's an Italian restaurant. There's one in San Jose. There's one in Vegas. They have what's called the perfect G&T there. Cucumber. I think it's Hendrix. And tonic water is so good. And I'm just smelling the cucumber in the air, and my mind's going back to that dang G&T. I don't know if that's what it should be going back to, but.
Whenever I see cucumber, I think of cucumber dipping sauce I made at one point.
Okay.
Because I think I made fried green beans with a cucumber ranch dipping sauce.
Okay. I don't think I'm going to use all this cucumber right now because the cucumber itself was pretty large. And I don't think I want to add too much cucumber to the final recipe here, but we'll see. We'll add this in, give it a stir, and see what it looks like. This is very wet. I mean, it's cucumber, it's mostly water, right? Okay. Ah, it's all over my hands. Okay, let's get rid of the spoon. Use the spatula to mix it. Go back to this camera. A little bit easier. Honestly, if there's a little too much in here, I could easily just add some more Greek yogurt because I have a massive container of it. Actually, I think it's the right amount for this in here. Okay, so I'm gonna move my cutting board out of the way for right now. Come back to this in a little bit. Let me just rinse off the rest of this cucumber. I have a feeling I lost Josie again, but she'll be back. Oh, you're just so quiet.
No, I was checking audio.
Oh, you're checking audio. Oh, you're making sure that the audio actually looks good or sounds good. I'm not going...
Yeah.
I think there might be points where we're a little too loud, and I probably should knock myself down a smidge, because I think I'm the culprit for it. Because I'm seeing the bars go into the red on there, and that's... Yeah, no. I know. Oh, now I just hurt myself.
Yeah. Oops.
I'm gonna put this cucumber back in the fridge for right now. I'm gonna actually put this in a Ziploc bag. Yeah, I don't know why I'm trying to use the original bag it came in. Smelling the fries already cooking. Problem is, I think the fries are definitely gonna be way done before the the burgers are even on the grill, so or on the grill pan. So
you know what I made today?
What'd you make today?
I mean, not today. This week I made popsicles.
So dog popsicles?
Yeah.
You say with like, fish? Did I just hear fish?
No. No, I said but with.
Okay.
I put like 5 pieces of dog food, and then a little bit of beef gravy, and then just... They love them.
Whew.
Is nobody at the park?
That strong garlic smell. Holy cow. Even though they're sealed, they smell really strong. Oh, I did get fresh garlic again. After my last mishap of not having fresh garlic, I got fresh garlic this time. Which makes me happy, because I like fresh garlic a little bit more. I know the last time we had garlic, Bob said, I think he dared me to eat one. See if that dare comes through again, because maybe I will eat one this time. We'll see how bad it is, because... Or are we giving bad ideas? Should I not be giving bad ideas on the stream?
Well, Charlie found habanero.
Habanero what?
Cheese. So like cheese with like pepper jack, but it has habanero and.
That sounds cool and good. I mean, I like habaneros. I mean.
Yeah, no. I told Charlie that it, like you guys are probably gonna think spicy, and I was like, Eric would love it.
Yeah, I love habaneros. I really do love habaneros a lot.
Okay, so you're gonna cook the hot dogs that I didn't tell you to cook, and then you're just not gonna eat them?
Are you talking about The Sims? Because that just sounded weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, on your Rags to Riches character, are you living in a park, or are you living on an empty lot?
Well, technically, you have to pick a lot, so I picked an empty lot, and then I took away, and then I went to the park hoping that somebody else would have cooked something.
Oh,
but
you're doing...
did.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I remember watching, is it James Turner's videos on it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I just added in the garlic into this. I'm gonna add some dill, some fresh dill to it now. I don't think I've actually worked with fresh dill.
Actually, how much to save up?
How much money you're gonna save up? Enough money. Is that the right answer?
Well, yeah. No, I have to buy a retail store. So
retail.
that I can...
Okay.
I'm gonna make like a farmer type thing. Crafted item. $3,000.
I like how you keep on talking. Like, you talk like I mean, I've played The Sims 4. It's been a while since I played The Sims 4. I keep on thinking about playing The Sims 4 because I do own it in multiple ways now, thanks to PlayStation Network giving it out for free a couple months ago, as well as I owned it on PC for a while, so. Okay, this actually looks pretty pretty good actually. I mean, I put the camera closer so you can see it. It looks really tasty. It smells good. It's smelling in the air already. I'm gonna add to this a tiny bit of, well, let me try it first. I want to see if I may or may not add the pepper to it. I was thinking white pepper to it might add some good flavor. I'm not really a fan of white pepper too much, but it definitely needs some salt though. Some salt will be good. A couple pinches of that. Also need some acid. I'm gonna add some lemon juice to it as well. Just a little bit, not too terribly much. Should probably wash my knife before I cut into that because I really don't want to have more lemon later and like a gin and tonic and all of a sudden be tasting garlic in the background. Doesn't smell like garlic anymore. Cool. Let's do this.
That dude's...
What was that?
Oh, sorry. I was trying to nap on a bench.
Okay. Anything else you've been making this week for food-wise, besides your popsicles? Or has it been pretty quiet week for food making?
My mom bought those teriyaki meatball things from Costco. I've just been heating those up. And then cooking them with carrots.
With carrots? Oh, is that what I saw in the chat? Saying...
Yeah.
Was you said caramelized? Or was that Jeff? Let's talk about...
I think it was me.
Okay.
Yeah, no, because I said because, like, the meatballs are, like, teriyaki, that it, like, flavors the carrots a little bit. But the last time I did it, I,
roasted the carrots?
No.
Caramelized them?
I did maple glaze.
Maple glaze, okay.
With crushed.
Trying to if it needs. Still missing something. I'm gonna add a little bit more salt to this because I'm not getting much salt out of it. I don't put too terribly much in. It needs a little bit more acid. Because it's definitely... Also flavors this might need to, you know, sit for a few minutes and get together. Marry up a little bit. But I do think I'm going to put a little bit of white pepper in this. Something I don't really use that much cooking. I'm actually surprised I still have some in the pantry. Or the spice
Charlie just
cabinet.
bought some. He was all excited about it, and I was like, dude, what flavor?
And it's time to flip the fries. Kill the timer. Let all that steam come out. I'm not gonna burn myself on it. Oop, there we go. You're starting to see they are getting a little browned. Those sit for a second too. I'm gonna finish up the tzatziki sauce, and then we'll move on to flipping those back in, because I wasn't thinking about timing of this that well, I guess, apparently. But I also, I think, probably figured that the fries are going to be done way before anything else was going to be done, so those go back in just a few minutes to finish cooking and probably be alright. Honestly, though, the burgers won't take that long, especially to cook. They're going to be hopefully kind of thin and get some crispiness on them. Debating, like, I'm trying it. It tastes good. It's not bad, but this definitely is like missing that one little tiny thing. I don't know what. You think anything else to add to this, Josie? Maybe a little more acid? More acid? Yeah, I think there was not enough in there. I did put like... Dang it, I did get a seed in it though. Get that seed out. seed out before I mix it. Don't want seed in it. Got it. There we go. A seed right there too. Might be. Get rid of it. Don't want seeds in my Ziki. I think it just also needs to sit for a little bit and chill out. It's kind of like that bean dip episode we did, where it always tastes better like the day after you make it than
the next day.
Than actually the day you make it. And that's just because all the flavors have time to settle in together. They kind of mingle with each other, especially the taco seasoning goes in that. Jeez. I think it's better. I'm gonna put some plastic wrap over this, put it back in the fridge, and we'll bring it back out when it's time to make or assemble our burger. Cling wrap always sticks to everything. At least this stuff sticks to itself, right? Or sticks to glass.
Yeah.
I hate the kind that you always pull out and then it's like, it sticks to everything. Only it sticks to itself, doesn't stick to anything else. It's kind of annoying. Okay. So while that's in there, I'm gonna flip these fries and then we'll move on to preparing our burgers. But let me clean up a little bit of this mess I have going on over here. Because I am a mess today. Nothing new while filming though, right? Josie, we always seem to have like a pile of mess behind the camera. And for once, it's all back in the oven, not the oven, the fridge. Where did that cucumber go? Did I probably put it back in here? I did. I think I will make that perfect G&T a little bit later though. I don't have Hendrix for it, but I do have everything else I need, so that'll taste really good. Okay, let's flip our fries. I guess I must have to do it over here. I'm not gonna bring the camera closer, unfortunately. I did only season one side of these fries when I did, so I will add some more seasoning to this side of the fries before they go back in the oven.
You know, it makes those taste good.
Garlic.
Ranch powder.
I don't think I have that anymore. I think either A, that got trashed, or Jeff and Casey took it with them when they moved out. At the same time, I really don't think I cared if I lost it because I bought it thinking it'd be good to use on like, it would be good to use on chicken, especially on like breading for chicken, but I
used to use
never touched it. Did you use it on like pizza?
No, I used to mix it with like cream cheese to make like.
Like the old the sauce.
BLTs.
It's like the.
Or like chicken wraps.
Yeah, but it's like the.
Yeah.
Safeway used to have that.
That Safeway used to have.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's like. Okay, I can't get the last fry to flip over. There we go. Put those back in the oven for 8 minutes, and they'll pop out, and we will be finished with those. And meanwhile, like I said, we'll move on to making our meat. Timer, 8 minutes. Okay, where are we? We'll finish moving the last few things around. Can you go through our massive supply of paper towels I have here, apparently? Okay. Take a sip of my gin and tonic, and we'll continue on here. Okay. I used both bowls, that's right. I need some other sort of device to mix this stuff in. Well.
Yeah, just use a cutting board.
I could.
It's all ground meat, right?
Yeah, it's all ground
not like
meat.
It's actually gonna go anywhere.
Yeah, well, I got another, it's not glass, I have a metal but it's kind of dirty. So yeah, I'll just do it on a cutting board. I will get a different cutting board though, so I don't use the one I'm going to use for vegetables in a little bit.
That was quick.
What was
I'm
quick?
already at gardening level 2.
Ah.
I bought a bunch of seed packets.
The Sims is going quick.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
spent
I'm also
$140 on seed.
Uh-huh.
Now she's just planting them all.
That's a loud car going by. Reminds me when Jeff and I were filming The Mistaken Brothers, and every single time we tried to film something, there was always a loud vehicle that went by. It was almost like it knew we were trying to film something. So for this, I'm actually going to 54 divided by 2 is 227. I'm going to measure out everything to make it sure it's 50-50. I'm going to do about a pound total, so I'm going to use a half pound of, I believe this is 80-20 beef I got, and then I'm going to use a half pound of this 85-15 ground lamb. So I'm going to do that. Yeah, there we go. Another camera
add up
shot.
to being like 17.5% fat.
Maybe? I don't know. Are you gonna... I guess technically yes, in a way. Mathematically. Okay, so that's about half pound meat right there. The rest is back in the fridge here in a moment, and I'm going to do the same for the ground lamb.
So, what are the odds on it actually thunderstorming?
On Saturday? Or Sunday?
Yeah. Saturday.
Well,
the day after
thunderstorms. I don't know. Well, according to Antioch, it's supposed to start raining here tonight.
Well, according to stupid iPhone weather app, there's a 40% chance of it raining at 2 a.m., a 40% chance at 3 a.m., a 40% chance at 4 a.m., and a 30% chance at 5 a.m. And then, like, I guess 11 a.m., there's a 60% chance of thunderstorm. But then Sunday, it's supposed to be 80 degrees, which is actually kind of perfect. Because, like, then it's not too hot to go swim.
Uh-huh. It's not too hot, but it's, like, the right temperature, in a way.
Yeah, because you don't want it too cold.
Not too cold, not too hot, but you still need to wear sunscreen out, because you don't want to get sunburned.
You should always. It depends. Would you rather be sunburned or cancer?
Isn't that, like, just one step away from each other, in a way?
Well, yeah, but they're saying sunscreen causes cancer or something. So...
Newsflash, basically everything in this world causes cancer, in a way.
Oh, did you see... I don't know if she sent it to you, but the, swim floaty thing that they got Skylar?
Maybe? I don't know. I have to
It's
think
like,
of that for a second.
It's like this foam thing that goes around her like, chest.
Okay.
And then it's got, like, 2 attached things that look like water wings, but they're foam.
Okay.
So... she put it on to try it on to make sure it fit, and Skylar refused to take it off.
Okay. I
I don't know why I did this so far.
Starting to smell the French fries, so I checked on them. They smell good. They're cooking along. I'm now going to... Well, first of all, I'll get some gloves, so I don't have to keep on continuously washing my hands after this, so I'll be right back.
You have gloves?
I do have a box of gloves. Matter of fact, I mean, if I really wanted to, there's a box of gloves that are here for you, technically, too.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I should have given those to Jeff when he was over here the other day, because
Why was he there?
when he came and we did the lawn the first time. He hasn't been here since then. I did show him a big box of stuff I pulled out of underneath the couches, though. Because kids plus animals use things underneath couches quite a bit.
Did any of them look like board game components? Because I'm...
I didn't see any board game components, but I did find a couple of Nerf darts that may belong.
Big or little?
They're yours. They're the blue. Not the blue, the red ones.
Oh, the big ones?
Yeah. So right now I'm going to mix this all together. And then once I get this kind of generally mixed together, I'm going to fold into it some spices. Not spices, I guess they're not spices, they're technically all herbs. As well as I'm going to fold in some garlic, so there we go. That should be our hamburger patty right there. You'll see it in a second if you're watching the stream. Let's make it it's a full pound burger. Why not? No, actually, we're gonna do.
You can be on Man vs. Food.
We're going to do actually quarter pound burgers from this. I'm gonna pull off my gloves. Which means you're going to go in the trash can, but.
Oh shoot, that's apple.
I'm now gonna add into it. I'm actually add some garlic to this. Add a couple cloves of garlic. Why not? Unify everything by mixing garlic into it in the long run, right?
Yeah.
1 garlic clove, 2 garlic cloves. Let's mince those together really quickly. Like this, go on the other side. I love smashing garlic. I wish I had a.
What did I have?
What do you have? I was gonna say garlic press or anything.
That you've... Oh no, I think I just got rid of the garlic. But no, the silicone thing that peels the garlic.
Well, these are pre-peeled because they are from a bag. Whew.
Oh.
So it's not 100% fresh garlic, but at least it's garlic cloves. There we go. Pull out the fries. Ooh. Nice and golden brown there. Let those continue to cook a little bit on there as I get everything else going here. Let's go back to this view. A couple garlic cloves here. I'm gonna mix these in here. So I'm gonna make a well. How about that? Put the garlic in there. I feel like I'm about to make a Juicy Lucy for some reason.
Ooh, those are you. Oh,
I don't think I've ever had one, honestly.
I've made them.
You've made them. I'm gonna add into it now.
I'm pretty sure HelloFresh had me.
Sent you one? I feel like
5.
I'm gonna do a half.
34.
A lot of so I just added to it about a half a tablespoon of marjoram. I just realized, not marjoram, rosemary. I had the marjoram in my hand right now, and I didn't prep it, so it's still closed. Basically, do a half tablespoon each. And once again, if this is a little bit off, in the final recipe that'll be in the description down below after the stream is over, within a day or two, I will update it and fix it to where it needs to be if it is too strong, too light. So make sure if you are watching this in the future to make sure you check the description down below for the actual final recipe. Which I did do, I remade the other day, Josie. So I didn't talk about this top of the episode. I did talk about
orange chicken.
Yeah, I remade the orange chicken the other day. So I after the episode live stream, I took the orange chicken. I had about half of it left, basically an entire breast left. That was already fried, ready to go. I took it, put it in a Ziploc bag, and threw it in the freezer. And it was in the freezer until a couple days ago, which is when I brought it out of the freezer, made some new orange sauce, 100% measured out the recipe exactly as it was listed on there. Came out exactly as it was on the live stream, minus the fact that I didn't reduce it down for a half hour like I did during the live stream. It was only reduced down for a couple minutes, about 5 minutes itself. And it was just as good as it was during the live stream, so That's why you want to make sure you check it. And I didn't forget the soy sauce this time, like I did during the live stream. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have the ingredient list printed out this time. I just have everything kind of laid out and kind of remember what goes in this whole thing or what I select to go in this. So we will see. I'm gonna go back over to our B camera here. I'm gonna mix all these herbs into this as well as the garlic. This might, yep, do that. That's what I was expecting it to do. I should have done this. This is why I wanted to do it in a bowl. What's good?
The welcome wagon showed up right after.
Welcome wagon to The Sims? What's a welcome wagon?
Oh, a bunch of the neighbors come over and they bring a fruitcake that if you eat, you like have a bad mood because it's.
Because it's fruitcake and no one wants fruitcake?
Yeah.
Granted,
Yeah,
I did.
It's not an Alton Brown fruitcake.
Okay, let's say.
Or for Diane, Trader Joe, not a Trader Joe's, Harry and David fruitcake.
Let's say.
Is a.
Jeff and I did on the Mistaken Brothers one year, Alton Brown's fruitcake recipe. And it was actually pretty good. Like, I would eat that again. It wasn't as horrible as, you know, as people would say. But I'm not saying that Alton Brown's fruitcake recipe is horrible. I'm just saying that, you know, everyone gives fruitcake a bad rap because it's usually dry, dense. And honestly, I guess that's the biggest complaint, right?
Yeah.
It's super dense.
Katrina, are you not gonna come?
Okay, so I think got most of this kind of incorporated. It's in chunks more in there than evenly distributed, but I don't want to work this too much longer because of the fat, and it is starting to render out a little bit. You can see if you look at the mat, there's just fat all over the board. And the heat of my hands is not helping it, so call that good for right now. Let me wash my hands. And then we'll move on to the next step, which is going to be frying this. So I'm going to fry mine in a grill pan. I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil to the bottom of the grill pan, hope to give it really hot and then give some nice crispy edges to the burger itself. Because I want those. That's the one thing I think I enjoy about Gyro meat at like a restaurant is that texture, because they put it in the rotisserie and it cooks, and then as it cooks, the outside gets super crunchy while the inside stays moist, and then as they cut off meat, new bits get crunchy and so on and so forth. So it's kind of a, I think it adds a good texture to the overall product in the end.
Oh, did I tell you? We drove past the Meat Sword restaurant that's opening soon, and they have.
You mean a Brazilian steakhouse?
Like, yeah, they have their sign up.
Okay.
That's what's happening.
That's over where I guess it was Tony's, right, or something like that.
Yeah.
It was called.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to get another plate. I already have a plate ready to go. I'm gonna weigh out my burgers themselves. Actually, I'm gonna make them each, well, quarter pound roughly. What's that? About math. Is that like 112 grams roughly? Am I doing the math correctly, Josie? Can you Google that really quickly?
2 grams is 7.0873381. Wait, what? Yeah, point.
Quarter
You
pound.
said quarter pounder, right?
Quarter pound.
Yeah.
0.25
never mind. I did
lbs.
ounces.
Say,
Hold on.
1 ounce
I
is
did
28.3 grams.
Quarter pound is 113.
113. So it's off by.
3981.
Yeah, I was off by a little bit, but that's only because I was using 28 grams as my base. So this is 113.5. Apparently I went to metric at some point in time during this entire thing, but I don't care. I do actually agree with some of the things about metric that people say.
Have you seen the thing where people are like, oh yeah, you can remember there's 16 ounces in a pound. LB kind of looks like 16, and then people respond like, yeah, and you can just remember there's 1,000 kilograms in a gram because kilo means 1,000.
That is true. That is true. And I know Alton Brown, on a lot of his public service announcement things he's been doing on Twitter, he's was like, you know, one of the things you could do during this is learn the metric system. Because he's been converting a lot of his recipes to metric. It's still slightly over. Should be good. This is wait this last.
Jeff.
Confused Jeff.
What are we doing for Sunday? And he's like, I was like, well, duh, but like.
We're coming over to swim. That's that. That what he said.
Yeah, no, but I was like, what time? I need to know so that.
There we go. They're all roughly equal in size.
2 hours after he told me.
Oh yeah, I would say expect that. I'm gonna be really. This might be kind of mean to say, but I would say yes. Expect 2 hours late. They will probably wake up in time to be there, at the time that they're supposed to be there, possibly. And if he's watching, he'd probably pop in and say something mean back. But we did. Fiance had a pool party for him 2 years ago, after or so, 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, maybe. And they woke up at the time they were supposed to be arriving, roughly. So I think I messaged him asking, "Hey, Kay, can you pick up some missing items from the store for us?" And then, I mean, that obviously we knew that was gonna add some time to it, but they showed up like 2 hours later still. Okay, so I have weighed out all of my patties here. They're each 1/4 pound. I'm now going to preheat my skillet here. And as that preheats, I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil to it as well.
Sorry.
I want to get some crispy fries.
Again.
Oh, I didn't even know. Honestly, I didn't realize it. That's the funny thing. I can sit here and talk.
I noticed it because I know that story. And I was like, oh wait, I only heard half of it.
Yeah, the story of them showing up, like, they're supposed to be there at noon. They didn't show up till like 2, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd say just expect it. Don't say I didn't warn you, but...
Jeff, I know how to judge.
It's Jeff time. We know Jeff time really well.
Okay, are you taking the hot dog into the bathroom?
That just sounds weird. Okay, so right now I'm going to let my skillet heat up right now. And as it heats up, I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil to the bottom of it here. I'm going to put away some stuff that doesn't need to be out anymore. Then as our burgers fry, we're going to add into... We're going to cut up all our vegetables for it. We're going to cut up a tomato, we're going to cut up some red onion. And that's going to go on top of our bun. And question, Josie, toast or no toast on the bun?
Toast.
Toast it? Okay.
It's not as cancery as Charlie.
In other words, don't burn it. I could easily do that though. I could let me evacuate the fries off it, leaving it on the paper or on the foil. Why did I say paper? I don't know. And then I will put a bun on a sheet of aluminum foil and throw it in the broiler for a few moments. Let's see if these are brioche or if they are.
What can we do?
I think they actually are brioche. They just seem very soft compared to what I usually see for brioche, but that's fine.
You think chess is fun?
I enjoy chess. I haven't played it in forever. I used to play against my dad all the time. I would win maybe a quarter of the time. The rest of the time I would lose. I learned the rules for chess in 7th grade in pre-algebra. Our pre-algebra teacher taught us chess. And actually, I came nearly close to winning one of my games against one of my classmates in like the first 7 moves. It was really close. But I obviously
I don't know
didn't
if
do
that means that you're good or if they're bad.
I honestly don't know what to say for that, because like we called the teacher over to like just check it, because we're both confused. Like, I think I won, but we aren't sure. But no, there was definitely at least one move the person could make, and they were able to make that move. So I didn't win because of that.
I learned at some point. I think that was when I was going to. It must have been 10th grade.
Mm-hmm.
When I was going to Sacramento every week.
Okay.
And this dude that was like tutoring me or something taught me chess.
I don't know why.
My favorite move was always like where you take the king and you like
knight it.
Or the pawn. Yeah.
With the rook,
yeah.
the knight and the rook together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or castle.
Yeah.
It's a castle. It's not knight. It's
Castle.
castling it. Yeah. Yeah.
Just because I like that they could actually switch spots.
You can switch spots, and then they also moves, you know, a little bit faster than than being by himself and go move one space. Okay, I want to make sure I'm not going to burn my buns, so I'm watching that closely because the last time I put bread in the oven to toast, because I don't have a toaster, it was a bagel, and it came out a little charred. Didn't catch fire, but I had to like take a knife, and scrape a little bit of that top layer off to get some of the charredness off of it, because I wasn't going to let that go to waste. I mean, we're still in the middle of a pandemic, right? Or roughly in the middle of one.
We just got a new microwave that has like a...
Has an element in it? A heating element in it?
Yeah.
Blue, orange, or green?
I mean, it's Greek, so I think blue.
Think blue?
You know, Greek.
It is the bottom.
Isn't that their flag?
I don't know. Google it.
And I'm pretty sure their flag is white and green, or blue. If the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants has taught me anything.
I don't know. Has it taught you anything?
Oh.
I don't think we've used green at all this entire season, but... That was a pain to get out. I should have had that pre-prepped.
Kaylee found some googly eyes.
Uh-huh.
And put them on her...
On her what?
On her... And then she, like, blocked out her eyes. It kind of reminds me of, like, an old...
Nickelodeon show?
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about on that one. So I'm putting my first burger in. I think the skillet could have been a little bit hotter.
Oh, it's... Oops.
Okay, let that sizzle, and as that cooks, I'm going to put these patties someplace else. And I'm going to chop up our vegetables, because honestly, we are not far away from being done at this point in time. Just gotta cook the patty. Normally, if I ground this meat myself, I probably would do a medium on the patty. But since it is store-bought, and I don't know exactly where everything came from, or if it contains any type of nasties in it, I'd probably go with more of a medium well this time around. Are you what type of burger person are you, Josie?
Medium.
I think medium. Yeah, I think medium's probably like the good amount. Like if it's a steak, medium rare.
Yeah.
But if it's anything else, I go with the medium. Okay, so I just washed my tomato. Cut off some slices. Ooh. Smell all the fragrance of the herbs in it wafting into the air. Smells really good, actually. Yeah, I also didn't season the outside of this or any of the meat, so let me put some salt on it. And I'll do the same to the other side when it flips over. That was a mistake. But, live stream, right? Forget everything that you learned before. And once again, this is the first time making this recipe. I just did some general research of what should go into it, and then I am formulating this
do that.
as I go. So tomatoes are done. I'm going to cut up the red onion. This red onion is such a weird shape. Like, I don't get what's with red onions that do that. Like, they turn more like a... I don't know, what would you call this shape, Josie?
Like a flat disc?
It's like a flattened disc almost. Yeah, it's like a global disc. Globular?
Yeah.
That's a word. Saying whatever words come to my head, but yeah. It's definitely a interesting shape. Go. I'll flip the patty right now and see what it looks like on the other side. It is cooking away. And sizzly. A couple of slices of red onion there. Basically, we're ready to go. Let's go wait for this to finish up now, and then once it finishes up, we will plate it the rest of the way and have a hopefully good tasting Greek fusion recipe here, because honestly, like, all the flavors should be there. It should be nice and good and flavorful, but I've never made this before, and like I said on previous episodes, we would sometimes actually make the recipe a couple times before actually doing it and tweak it a little bit. This is me like, here's everything goes into this recipe, and as I mentioned earlier in this, and as I mentioned in other ones, the recipe, the final recipe, will be in the description down below once this is all done, because I want to make sure it is the best it possibly can be when I put the recipe on the website, which is YouTube for us, but on the end of this video. Let me grab the camera here. Let me do this. Let's get that, and I can switch around. You can see like some brownie that's happening on it. It's a lot of focus. There we go. Some brownie that's happening on top there. It's getting some crunchy bits on there. It's delicious. And like, it's going to be really good to eat. Like I said, the smells coming off this are good.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, while that's going, I'm going to start plating up the rest of the food here. I'm going to put on the fries onto the plate. This is a ton of fries, but...
You know what I kind of want?
Poutine.
Yes, but also grape.
Oh, frozen grapes?
Yeah.
Potatoes are good. Okay, where is spatula? I'm gonna cook one patty for right now. Patty kind of shrunk up. I could have made it a little bit thinner, but I also didn't form it into patties. I just kind of threw it on the ball as a ball on there and crushed it in the pan. Okay, so I'm gonna put down the plate right here.
This is one of those things that my dad got from someone.
What's that? Is it one of those like
a patty maker thing?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like one of those flat spatulas that you see like restaurants. I mean like Wendy's uses, where they crush down the corners on it. One of those things, I think my mind goes to.
Oh, like the iron weight thing.
No, not that. I mean, those would be work too. That would help it from curling up. But no, I was gonna say they have this their spatula. It's the rectangular spatula. It's metal, and they crush down the corners of it when they cook it. So okay, so let's go back to this shot. I'm gonna put onto it now some of the tzatziki sauce. Let's go like this. Let me rotate this around so it can Be a little bit more seen, hopefully, on camera. And then I'm going to put on some red onion. It's about ready to pick up the entire tomato slice for some reason. Put on a piece of tomato. And the last thing, which I nearly forgot, which would have been annoying, is feta cheese. I love feta cheese a lot. I use it in like everything I possibly can. You think it's disgusting? I put it on like, I take the feta cheese and I will put it on top of eggs, for example. That with a little bit of like Cholula or some other hot sauce on top. Really good. On top of fries, and this burger like I'm about to do now is going to be really good and tasty. So yeah. So,
have you had a feta watermelon salad?
I have not, but I would try it, actually. I would try it. Let's put some feta on top of the burger now.
I would have it, but I'd want the feta to...
Do you want the feta to what?
Be taken off.
Oh. That seems weird. Slightly. Like, how do you take off the feta that's already there? I mean, you just don't want added to it. I feel like that's like saying going to a Mexican restaurant and getting pico de gallo and saying that you don't want any cilantro in it, even though it's probably already made. So it's kind of hard to remove the cilantro if it's already in there. Before I actually take a bite of this, I am going to take a photo of it because it's one of the things we haven't shown you on the streams before is us in the photo process. We usually end up taking a few photos.
Yeah, usually. Unless Josie's done it. Good enough.
Debating, like, you know, show more of the fries in the photo. This is going to be the thumbnail that goes onto the video after the fact. Let's probably get that out of the shot. Get that out of the shot. The burger is probably the star of this, right? It's probably like... That looks good. Do one of those, and then we'll do some... Bit further away. Ready? Okay, I got a couple of photos. We'll see how well those come out, and if not, I guess it'll force me to make another patty. And eat another patty, which honestly I would not have a problem doing. But yeah, here it is. This is the Gyro burger, as well as the fries to go with it. And I'm going to actually try this out right now and make sure everything tastes good, and it should be. It's probably going to be really juicy. So I expect to make a mess everywhere, but it should be. Hopefully it lives up to what I'm expecting to do, right? It's really tasty. I get a lot of the herbs from inside the meat, inside of, you know, on my taste buds. I will say the one thing that I wish I had was a little bit more texture to it. I wish it was, I mean, I guess I could have cooked it a little bit longer at a higher temperature and got a nice crunchy outside to it. I guess another way would have been to have added that salt layer to it before I cooked it. Get a nice crunchy layer on the outside, that would have been perfect, but the flavors are pretty spot on, I think. So I think this is a really good recipe, and I will be posting the exact recipe down below right after this. Not after this episode, I guess the next day or two. Anything you want to say to our viewers, since for the people who've stuck out with us for the last 5 weeks doing this? I know we've had some technical difficulties in the very beginning. There was a week where I wasn't sure if we were 100% hearing me. There was a week that we couldn't hear me for like the first minute or two. But I think we've ironed out a lot of the mistakes, right, Josie?
Yeah, I think so.
And I think it's been really fun. I want to say, for people who do streaming all the time, like I watch a lot of people on Twitch, they are seriously, I don't know how they do it. I was so tired after the first week. I was falling asleep almost after the first week. But I think...
So here's my question.
Uh-huh.
We've done, basically, for Ready Set Flambe, we've done like 3 different style videos, basically. Like, you know,
Yes, we have.
One where it's all pre-planned. One
Pre-planned.
where we like make it up basically on the spot, and then or live. Which one has been your favorite so far?
So it's a weird question. I enjoy each version of Race of Fun we've done. We've done obviously the pre-planned. We've done Fun Sides, which is the original series. We did Mini Bar right after that during the summer. We introduced On the Grill, and then eventually we introduced Remix. Those all have their fun upsides to them, I think. Obviously, they're a challenge to do. We've done, in the past when we filmed, we would do some episodes multiple at a row. So like, you know, this needs to go in the oven for an hour, like granola or something like that. Let's do another episode as it's going on so that we aren't wasting time. Because even though we aren't really making anything off this, it's really just a time is money kind of thing. You don't want to wait, you know, an hour to be like, well, now we gotta go back to this. We were actually trying to hammer out multiple things at a time. And I think when we actually did granola, I want to say you did the one of the salads, like the ambrosia recipe or something, maybe at the same time. I don't know if that was the same season or not, but I know we did something at the same time that was going on. I'd have to go back and look. The challenge series are fun because it really had us think on top of our toes. I may have cheated one episode.
May have.
Okay, fine, I cheated when it was what American plus produce, and my produce was a side to making an excuse to make chicken wings.
Produce was just carrot sticks.
I don't think I did celery at all. You're right, that was definitely at the start for that, and I went over budget on that one by like a few cents. I think it's fun. Live offers another challenge, and like I was trying to allude to before I started this, which was people who do live streaming as a career. I like, after doing this for 5 weeks on Race to Flambe and realizing how exhausting it is, it's amazing though. I don't know why, but it is seriously the most exhausting, challenging, yet fun thing I've ever done. It gives me an opportunity, I guess, to connect with people, which is really one of the big things right now, especially with the fact that a lot of us are still in quarantine orders, and a lot of those are coming up to an end here at the end of the month, most likely, or if not being easily loosened. Yeah. But it just in general, though, it's like I said, it's the most fun I've had doing anything. It's definitely the most challenging and most exhausting thing I've done, I would say. Because, like I said, the first week I finished streaming and I was falling asleep on the couch right afterwards. The next week right after that, the second week was probably by far the most fun I had out of the entire thing. Like, originally after the first week, I'm like, I'm not sure if I could continue doing this or not. Like, I was tired. It was fun, but I didn't have too terribly much fun, I felt like. But I said to myself, give it 2 or 3 weeks, and then we'll continue to decide at that point. And after week 2, I was like, it was so fun. I had such a great time doing it. So I was like, let's continue this. But now, as quarantine's ending, it's kind of the right time, I feel like, to end this inaugural series. But like I said, we'll be coming back with more in the future. What were you going to say, Josie?
Well, my thought was, like, this burger that took, 90 minutes-ish to, like, make, would have taken us, like, 3 hours to film with the original style.
Well, we did film our stuff in multiple ways. The original style when we filmed it was to do all the interstitched video. Like, if you go back and watch, like, the first season as well as part of, I guess you'd say, the second season. Probably wasn't until the third season, actually, made the change. But we used to be like, it used to be a lot of turn around, say the line. Shoot, I messed up the line. Turn around, say, like, it was a lot of that going on. And then later seasons, we decided to just cook everything and then do voiceover work afterwards. So that's why we did a lot of the later episodes. And that did speed up how we produced the show. But it still takes time. It is not a easy thing to do. And not to mention, as I've said, probably, the first season we kind of purposely stitched together episodes that use similar ingredients so we could just buy a little bit more of it and use it. Season 2, when we were doing, I think when we did like the first 4 episodes at one time, and then we kind of started doing it every other week as filming, it was kind of a little bit different, harder to do. But this week, not this week, but I think the formats where we do it obviously weekly, it's a little bit more expensive, but I think it's more on your toes thinking, which I enjoy. and a lot more interesting. And like I said, this format gives us the ability to interact with our subscribers. Everyone who tunes in, we can interact with a little bit easier. I feel like we haven't done...
interact with us.
True. I mean, one of the weeks we had a lot of chat going on.
Yeah,
there was a ton of chat one of the weeks.
Yeah, I tried getting him to hop in, but Skylar's taking a nap with him.
Oh, I was actually honestly expecting Jeff to jump in on the Discord and sing happy birthday to me at some point. For some reason, I was like, they're playing something in the background. They have to be. I didn't want to suggest it, so I'm like... but I was figuring, it was back in my head, I'm like, something's going to happen during the stream, but I wasn't sure. Anyways, yeah, I think each of them have their own rewards. I like the live series a little bit because it gives us some time to interact with people. If you're one of the people who've watched and either interacted with us by cooking the same exact recipe at home, or if you've done it after the fact, just let us know, because this was definitely interesting to do. I think future versions of this, we might actually also multicast between YouTube and Twitter. Not Twitter, Twitch. Both start with Twit, right? Just so we have a wider variety of people. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for right now. We will be back sometime this summer with more live series. Hopefully, Josie will be able to be in studio so we can actually have more than just me pressing buttons on keyboard and be like, what view are we on? I have no clue half the time. I'm just like checking back and forth, and I see my cell phone camera on the other side over there, like, is it the right view or not? I can't tell, and it's like looking around, and there's probably a bit of looking at me and seeing like, there's confusion on his face half the time. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. What was your favorite things for doing this, Josie? I mean, I know you obviously weren't cooking alongside most of the time, or even cooking along the recipe I was making, but what did you have the most fun with on this? Or what was your favorite variation of raised up Flambe so far? Did I lose you? That would be the most perfect time for her to accidentally fall. She did. I lost her. That is the most funny thing. Really, really funny that I lost her, actually. Hopefully she'll be back.
I'm back.
Okay. Well,
all right. No, I like both of us actually being able to be a part of it, because like in the past, it's only been like one of us.
Yeah.
You know?
I do agree with what you said, though. I feel like future streams we should try to do like what we did with the challenge, like our pre-RSF challenge idea, which was we both get a set of ingredients maybe, and we have to come up with some idea. I think that...
Or we could do... do you watch Sorted at all?
Oh, you're going to talk like kind of like what they do on...
The like
Master
relay
Chef
thing?
or Top Chef, Master Chef, right? Yeah, the relay where it's like one person comes over and they cook something, and then they sit down and they hope that the next person realizes what they're doing, and 9 times out of 10 they decide to change it or not even do anything, and they'll just be like, yep, I'm gonna make a drink instead. The next person can deal with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say that I have seen that. I don't know how that would work with 2 people. I think we need more people, but 2 might work. I don't know who else we could do.
Well, no, because I do it on Master Chef with 2 people.
That is true. And they have the other person basically yelling
They
at them.
just...
Sorted Food sits down.
I mean,
and
they kind of talk it out. No, Sorted Foods, they like blindfold.
They blindfold, and they're singing like reverse, and they have earmuffs on, so they can't hear each other.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, I think they're listening to music, but like...
That's something we could
So they have no idea. But like on Master Chef, they kind of like talk it out, and then they can talk to each other throughout the... To be like, no, you need to do this now.
I still think we would need one extra person.
Oh, but they're usually trying to recreate, right? I don't know.
I don't remember. I think we would need one person, though, to actually be the director's like, hey, it's your turn to go in, and this is what... I don't know what I say. They wouldn't say what they're making. The first person, obviously, in the line would be like, you're going to be making a dish that is Greek fusion, for example, and then, you know, maybe I come up with this burger, then you're like looking at like, what's he doing? Like, there's fries cut into wedges, so they must be making some sort of fries, but does that mean he's making a burger? Is he making something else with fries? Is
the lamb out? Let me hide this real quick.
Okay, well, I think we should wrap up this episode. Like I said, we will be back probably a lot sooner than you think. Right now, personally, I'm aiming for 3 to 4 weeks from now, so beginning of June or July, late into June, beginning of July. which means we'll have like 3 episodes, and I'll be on vacation for a couple weeks, so it's possible there will be another weird hiatus point in it, but we're not going away. We will be back a lot sooner than 3 years. Anyways, until next time, I'm Eric.
I'm Josie.
And for this recipe, and for all the recipes from our live stream, you can go over to our website at readysetflambe.tv. Right now, that is our YouTube page. The YouTube page itself has all the recipes we've done so far, from the live streams to all of our pre-recorded stuff and the challenge episodes. All the recipes are fully written on there, so you can go make whatever you want. And if you make them, send us an Instagram photo, just tag us readysetflambe on there, and we'll check it out. For now, thank you for watching, and I will see you again hopefully sometime soon. I mean, we will see you sometime soon, not hopefully, I guess. It's probably the wrong thing to say. Anyways, bye guys.